since you won the Grand Swiss. How has life been?
Samay, if you please don't call. When was the last time I actually won a tournament? Losing to a friend. It will come up in every conversation.
Your heart rate would go to 160, 170 in those critical moments.
This is not the end. This is just the beginning. Am I made for this or not? Like all these negative questions did come to my mind. There were again negative comments, Results, as Hans would say, results speak for itself.
All the talk has been about the youngsters. Did that ever put you under pressure? You became India number 5 from 2.
You just feel that everything is going wrong. In World Cup, I felt a lot of anxiety. Am I too old for this now?
GF reveal. Now becoming a world champion is not too far away.
We don't know. Magnus can change any moment.
Oh yes, that
know.
is true. Vidit bhai, where are we right now? What is this?
This is the plan.
To win the candidates. We were in Isle of Man 2 days ago. We tried to do a podcast inside your room, but it did not happen the way we thought. And now today we have
it's a
just
crazy
unbelievable production.
Yeah. Hopefully the answers live up to the production level.
But it's been 2 days since you won the Grand Swiss. How has life been? What has happened in these 2 days?
Mainly it was traveling after that, but I was reliving it. I was at this stage, now that I've won, I want to enjoy it for a couple of days. And that's what I did. No stress, just trying to live the moment, just having fun, to be honest.
And you came to Mumbai.
Yeah.
And you met Samay.
Yeah. Now at Samay's place, this is happening.
But it was very nice that he didn't call you during the entire tournament.
Yeah, our friendship was on that brink. Samay, if you please don't call. And although it's a running joke now.
Yeah, because in Asian Games he had called and you had missed the medal.
Yes, अभी समय को flag आएगा for this.
But Vidit, what does this win mean to you? Is it the biggest win of your career till date?
Yeah, there's no comparison. Just before this tournament also I was thinking, during Asian Games or sometime, when was the last time I actually won a tournament? And I had to go back to 2019 to do that, and it felt something is off. I definitely know that my strength was more than the results have shown. So I had good tournaments, but it didn't finish off well.
Well, you won the 2020 online Olympiad as the captain of the team. Then also the Vidit Swidler match you had won.
Yes.
So there were good results.
But like a open tournament or a closed tournament, even rapid or blitz, I finished second in many of the times, many of the occasions. But winning feels different. So, and to win this event, which is it's the strongest open, that gives a lot of confidence.
Also the second player who finished second was Hikaru.
Yeah.
Who is generally known to have the best nerves in critical crunch situations. And he drew his game in the last round and you won. Yeah. That also is a special thing.
Yeah, there's no argument about the strength of the event. Caruana, Hikaru, and all the players, every round was a struggle, 2650 plus rating. Many 2700s were playing in the tournament. I was 15th or 16th seed to begin with. So that also makes me feel good that there's there's no question about the strength of the event.
True, but when you went to this event, did you ever think that you would win it? Because I remember having a conversation with you after World Cup where you said, I was on the brink of qualifying because you had beaten Nepo.
Yeah.
And then you were against Nijat and you lost the semi-finals. And then I had mentioned, but Grand Swiss is there. And you said, but that format, is not to my sort of playing style.
Yes, I remember this, and probably I was also a bit low because of the match. I was feeling low, and probably that was not the best time to estimate how it would go in Grand Swiss. But honestly, I did not think that I would. I was aiming for it, but it was not that I was confident about it that it would happen. So if you had asked me before, I would be, yeah, I'm aiming, who knows, let's see, give one game at a time. And especially after the World Cup, I was not thinking about candidates too much, honestly, because to win Grand Swiss or come in top 2, many things have to fall in place. So I was like, okay, it was another open tournament that I was playing. That's the mindset I went with.
The tournament began with your birthday, 29th. You turned 29 years old.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay.
Erwin gave a nice gift.
Yes, exactly. And next day, you lose to Erwin Lamy. What did that have an impact on you? Because Erwin is also your friend. You prepared with him. I think you both worked together with Anish.
Yeah, I mean, losing to Erwin is like, now I have to listen to this. So that's one problem. Losing to a friend. It will come up in every conversation. And the second thing is, you have plans before going to a tournament that, okay, it will go somewhere along this, you will try certain openings. You have a rough idea how you want it to go, but nobody thinks of it like, if I lose the first game, what will I do? So all the plans are off, and it was the worst start possible. And I was not thinking about the candidates or this winning it at that point, not so much. And after the loss, it completely removed that thought. Maybe one of the reasons that I could play well.
Maybe it just kind of cleaned everything that you had, some plans, it made it blank.
Yeah, I was playing on board 45 or something.
And that game was, you played for 6.5 hours, the second round.
Every game in this tournament was average 5 to 6 hours minimum. Some even went 6.5 hours or more, 7 hours. So it was very, very tough. And also this time control, I'm not a big fan, but maybe because of the time control, I could play a lot of high quality games.
Yes.
Maybe one of the reasons why I could convert the good positions was this, that I had time to think about. Like, let's say Cinderao game, I had a very good position after I was winning basically, but after move 40 I got 50 minutes and I could really think and calculate. Maybe in other tournaments that advantage is not there. Right. But in general, I'm not a big fan of like playing for 6-7 hours.
In the tournament, did you at some point start to feel that, yes, I'm in my best form here?
Yeah, definitely. The 3 wins after losing gave me a lot of confidence, and the way it happened. The Gupta game was a little bit shaky in that sense that I gave him some chances in the opening, but then later on I played well. And next game I won with black against Polars. Like, as you know, it's very difficult to win games with black. And then Shirov, it was a dramatic style victory, flamboyant victory. And then I was in the winners pack. So already I felt like certain recovery is done. Of course, job is not finished. And job was not finished until the last round.
For sure.
But it gave me confidence that, I'm playing good chess. Even at that point, I was not thinking about tournament victory or something like this.
Right. And then, of course, it all worked out well. You scored 8.5 points out of 10. 7 wins in 10 rounds, 3 draws. It's insane. Like, generally you need +5 score. You did +6 to win such a tournament.
Yes, halfway through the event where I was like +5 or something, I thought if it was any closed event that I would be playing, this would be a guaranteed championship.
You told me this after 10 rounds. You were like, I should be the champion already, but now I'm tied for first with Hikaru and Esipenko who have better tie breaks.
Yes, so any close tournament, like you pick any close tournament which is happening at the top, +5 is a score, winnable score. I think Magnus also won Vikense with +5. Many people win in +3, +4 as well, like 6 out of 9 or 5.5 out of 9 also sometimes gives championship, but 6 out of 9 at least. And here, despite scoring so much, you're not winning, like you're not even first rank, you're third or something. So it pushed me more towards the end.
And then came those 2 critical games, round 10 and 11. And to tell you the truth, I am one of the closest followers of your chess career. I was feeling jittery at that point because I knew that you are playing so well, but you have done that in the past. You have come so close, but now you need to convert those game 10 and 11, and you did it admirably in both games. You converted your winning positions, and that has been something that has always been a troublesome thing for you.
I mean, I can recall many occasions where I had a good position, but in the end something went wrong. Now I'm glad that I have a new narrative. When such positions come up, I know that I can do better. It was very important to change that so that you have good associations when the next time such situation come. And regarding conversion, one of the things was I was handling the time pressure situation much better than before. and I was having good performances before this, but there used to be some moments where the level just drops, especially when I have like last 10 seconds or something, but in rapid tournaments, because there were many rapid tournaments. But here I managed to hold my nerves better, is what I would say.
Is there something that you did which helped? Because we also remember in the death match which we held, your heart rate would go to 160, 170 in those critical moments. But later on in that year itself, you had brought it down to 100 or 105. That was already a shift that we could see. Maybe not in the board, but at least physiologically you were handling stress better.
Yes, even in the tournament, I did not really feel that amount of anxiety or stress. Probably penultimate game, I felt like I'm so close now. Then these thoughts came, but until then, I was like relaxed. And despite having these thoughts, I managed to play well. So that's what I'm taking as a learning for me. I wouldn't say I did something different for this tournament. I was just doing my routine. Here it clicked. And the thing is, of course, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. And in science, how it is that you have to experiment is only considered success if you can rebuild the same results, right? So it's too soon to say or have a decision what I did. I need to repeat this performances to know what worked.
Well, but being in 2700 plus zone, now 2737, reaching the candidates, it's already a big milestone in your career.
Yeah, for sure. I was very dejected in many of the tournaments, to be honest. There was also thought that, am I made for this or not? Like all these negative questions did come to my mind. That's why it felt good to win and, at least know that you're on the right path.
These questions which you spoke about, that, am I made for this or not?
Yeah.
There was a lot of, at a period, maybe around 2020, 21, when you had started to vlog, when you had started to sort of put out, you were streaming. There was of course a lot of support, but there were also a lot of negative comments there. Did that impact you?
Initially, yes, it did impact me. Then you get more normalized. In fact, even if you look at it, after I lost to Erwin, there were again negative comments, So it didn't go away.
Did you go and read it?
Yeah, now I was going back and just watching the tournament, like how it was. I was checking those moments and then I read, of course. I was like, of course.
VD for vlog.
Yes.
VD for vlogging.
Yeah, many comments like, I've not seen him win anything, blah, 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 blah. Of course, even after I've won, there were some comments which just made me laugh. That despite this also, there will always be questions. And it's just not me. I would say it's for everyone. Even legends who have become world champions and then they don't have a good event or they have a bad patch, everybody questions them, not just chess, every sport. Nadal doesn't do well, let's say for 6 months or something, they'll be like, now his prime time is gone, he was always overrated. And then he wins and then everyone is like, no, of course, he was a champion. So, results, as Hans would say, results speak for itself.
Yes, results, and then the same people who were like VD for vlog start saying VD for world championship.
If they say so, then yeah.
But did it ever happen to you that there was a lot of pressure, not just from this online community, but also overall, because there are so many young talents coming up in the chess world. And when you won the Grand Swiss, I know that a lot of people felt good because somewhere this generation of players above some age, let's say 25 years or near 30 years, actually just convincingly won it. Because this recently, all the talk has been about the youngsters, the 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds. Did that ever put you under pressure that, oh my god, they are rising up?
Initially, I was like, let's say, during pandemic time and post that little bit, this was the rising time for many of the youngsters.
Yes.
And that point it did bother me
You
for
became
a while.
India number 5 from 2.
Yeah, I just stopped looking at the list. I don't even know what is my current rank. But that time it took time for me to adjust to the new thing that, okay, there is now competition, of course. But it's not easily accepted, you know, you'll feel like, why? And just question everything. Then you have fewer events to play, lesser tournaments.
Because there are only limited super events.
Yes.
And they have to invite limited Indians and they go with many times the youngsters.
Of course, yes. And they were also having good events to earn that invitation. And you just feel that everything is going wrong. So also you question like, you know, am I too old for this now? Then overall, now let's say they have a good performance, it's also normal because now they are at the top. But first when they're upcoming, it was sensationalized in a way that, of course, because they are not there rating wise, but they have the strength,
right,
and they are having results above their strength. But now it's very normal if some of them wins a tournament or, you know, does well. So now that the pressure is less, like, okay, they are just considered one of the top players. But personally for me, it was important to win, because at the age of 29 or something, I was thinking that, you know, am I old? Because the age gap is like 10 years or more. You know, you can feel the difference. But then you have players like Anand, and he wins even at the age of 50, some great games and tournaments. So of course, there's inspiration around. But until you actually do it, you experience it for yourself, you still have questions.
I think when Vishy played really well at the Global Chess League, you had actually congratulated him saying that some great games, right?
Yes, yes. In Norway chess, when the Armageddon, where there is no increment, he was defeating Magnus and had like 3 or 4 minutes extra on the clock. And he was just playing with hand, and they're like, legend, you know. Just learn, take inspiration.
So right from a 12-year-old boy, I remember the story you said about meeting Vishy. Till now 29, he has always been able to inspire you.
I also asked him, I think, somewhere after World Cup, because in World Cup I felt a lot of anxiety during the tournament, because every day it could be a knockout and you're all on the brink. So I asked him, how did you play 5 World Championships? He won 5, maybe played more. Like, how did you do this? I don't remember his answer, but we just had a chuckle on it. Like, yeah, now I can't even imagine how much mental strength that requires to go through that high pressure situations.
So you now have a very, like, he's your, when we say like you are on friendly terms with Vishy, you exchange messages and so on.
Yeah, of course.
He also tweeted very nicely when you won.
Yes.
And I think recently there are many tweets you both have made towards each other. So it's wonderful.
Yeah. Of course, whenever we meet, we speak about such things, and I ask him, as I said, like, how did you do this?
Brilliant. One thing, Vidit, I have felt, this is my observation, is that you have reinvented yourself as a player. Not just in terms of results, but your playing style, which was so positional, but now you are ready to attack. You are ready to many times go into the unknown zone. Even in your World Cup match with Etienne back row, when you just needed a draw, you sacrificed a piece. Is this something that you have tried to consciously change within you?
Yeah, I think in some of the interviews, when they asked me, I said it's Vidit 2.0, and then it became a thing whenever I had such a game. But some of it is conscious, that you work on your game. Of course, you work on your weaknesses. But it was not like I was not able to play such games. I had games before. So some conscious effort was required to, you know, play such games. I think any top player, they have a tendency towards one kind of game, but they can equally play better in all the games. So most of the players are versatile, and I thought it's not like I can only play one kind of chess, but that tendency overpowers.
Right.
And you steer the game into certain kind of positions. But I'm glad that I was able to play, you know, all kinds of chess. Also, that's one of the things I was thinking, you know, in the tournament, that when I was winning, probably, I said, what can make this better? I mean, everything is going well. I was like, maybe, you know, if Garry tweets that he liked the game, because there were some Sicilian, some G5, G4. I was like, yeah, that would be nice. So,
I remember when you were improving, you had read all of Garry Kasparov's My
Yes.
Great Predecessors.
Yes.
And you had once told me, I am in love with Gary's books.
yes.
You're reading it from
Yeah,
cover
yeah.
to cover.
And the thing is, I used to love his books and his games, but I was not playing like. So that's why I thought like some of the Sicilian games, maybe if he's happy and if it beats, yeah, that will make my day.
But at your level, do you think that this shift, slight shift, is more psychological than chess oriented?
It's both. And the thing is, it's so subtle that you don't even know when it's happening. It's never overnight. And chess wise, of course, you have been playing chess for so many years. So it's not like you learn something dramatically new and then you are able to apply. It's just you have to make such subtle changes, and then it eventually adds up. Like many changes. I don't even know what exactly that I did. So it's like many things, and then it was what to say. You know how an avalanche happens, like it's a small snowfall, then it adds here, and then it becomes a big
And then it keeps rolling and keeps accumulating.
Like it was some of that, like one change, and then it led to, and then eventually it became a big
But in order to make these little changes, you always need to be motivated, because when the results are not coming, you have to be driven by, let's say, processes. Was there something like you were always, let's focus on the process, not on the result?
Yeah, I mean, I read or I watched a video of Dhoni, I think, in one of the in tournament also. I think I was watching.
Oh, the Tanmay Bhatt one.
Yeah,
Yes.
and in that he had mentioned how he did, how he focused on process and not result. But this things is like, it has been said many times.
Yes, yes.
It's known. It's not like something brand new information. It's about applying it. Here maybe I was able to apply it better. But it's not like just because of that. I've applied before as well, and then you have not got the results.
Right.
It does help, I would say, because he said in the video, like, thinking about result does not do any good. Of course, this is also known information, but probably why it impacts, because he has lived through it. So when it comes through someone who has actually lived, it has more of an impact.
Right.
So probably that's why it connected more.
Brilliant. And also it helps to have a very good team around you. People who are helping you, rooting for you. So your family has played such a key role.
Yeah.
I mean, they have been right there. Yes, your parents, Vedika. What was their reaction when they got to know that you have won this?
Yeah, they were very excited because they're like, "Kuch naya ho raha hai abhi."
Why they said that call and like, I was so close,
Yeah,
but I
it's like
lost.
the same narrative. I was winning, nahi hua, and then like, ho gaya, next tournament, beta. All this. I was like, this time different narrative. So they were very happy. उनके लिए भी कुछ अलग feeling. I mean, I have not met them yet, so I haven't spoken, but they're of course very happy. And I felt very good that there's something for them to, cheer for, because I feel a pain when the tournament doesn't go well, but when they see me in that pain, they also feel bad.
Right.
So they also have lived equally through all these tournaments, and they have felt bad and questioned a lot of things. And they are in a stage where it's helpless. Like, what can they do apart from being supportive? If they want to fix it, but they don't know how to fix it. So they've had these many occasions. So now I'm glad that I've given them some, good moments as well.
This is a very interesting point you said, that parents in general want the welfare of their kids, but beyond a point or beyond a age, it's very tough to give even advice, because what to say, work hard, you're doing it, focus, you're focusing. So what was it that they did?
They always keep saying just one thing: spend more time. You don't give enough time. That's the thing
they say it.
Yeah, it's never like work hard. They're like, work less hard, spend more time.
Spend more time with them.
With them, yeah.
Ah.
So, but I don't do that enough. So that's one thing I have to work on.
Maybe now when you go back.
Yeah.
But
even now, my mom called. You came back. You didn't even call once. What is this? It's the same thing. They're of course parents. So
right.
Success एक जगह पे बात ही नहीं कर रहा है.
बेटा कैंडिडेट्स तो पहुंच गया, लेकिन थप्पड़ तो मारेंगे ही. But you also have a team of trainers now, and they have been very supportive. Could you tell us a bit about them?
Yeah, as for such a win, of course, you need support from your trainers or seconds, and I was lucky to have that. So, like a year ago or so, probably, I started working with Surya Ganguly, and he has been a trainer for me since then, and uh, we have been working consciously on the things. We every tournament, of course, we also have discussions between tournaments, so we have been working very closely. And in this tournament and some other tournaments as well, I was helped by Daniel Vocaturo. He's from Italy. He's a very strong grandmaster, and they both were helping me for a long period already. So I was very lucky that I found a training team who believes in me and believes in what I'm setting out for, and they are like such amazing people. And also extremely skilled at what they do.
Yes, I mean Surya is has helped Vichy Anand win 3 World Championship matches, and Vocaturo is Italy number 1.
Yeah.
So to get these two people together with you and to work is in itself a amazing achievement that you were able to build such a wonderful team.
Yeah, I'm glad that they decided to come for this mission, and they worked very hard. So I'm very grateful that they were helping. Of course, without them it would have been not the same. I can clearly state that. So their role cannot be underplayed.
Yeah, that's amazing. And with it, one more thing which I have seen is a very big part of your life, and you kind of live through it. Like when you talk about Black Lotus, or when you talk about Wilder, which is the new social media platform where we see you uploading your recaps. All of these things that you do are connected with one person, Om Swamiji. Can you tell us about him? What has been his role in your life?
Yeah, so Om Swamiji, I mean, I consider him as my guru, and my life has just changed since I have been lucky to, be in close proximity to him. Role, how it has, indescribable. I usually think and also say that whatever I've learned is in recent times is through his life or his teachings or his wisdom. And whenever I'm in questioning something or I'm having a tough moment, I just read his books, watch his videos, and I get so much strength. I draw a lot of strength from him, and his guidance, his mentorship has helped and given me, because I know that I don't have that wisdom to know what is right from wrong, and his blessings, his grace really changed my life. I would say it's the biggest part of my life, actually. One of the biggest part of my life is him and his teachings and everything.
Yeah, talking about his books, there's also a book on chess that he has written, right? The
Yes.
Last Gambit.
Yes. It's a book where it's a fiction book where a kid has a chess as a hobby. Then he meets a coach, and the coach kind of ignites a spark, like sees a spark in the guy, and helps him. And throughout that journey, the coach gives a lot of wisdom to the kid, and the kid is set out to become world champion. And there's a lot of learnings not only about chess but about life, so that it's a guru-disciple bond in a way. And through chess and through stories, it's narrated beautifully in that
Do you
book.
see
Last
that
Gambit.
player now as yourself and the guru as him? Kind of, now you have to go to the candidates and world championship.
Yeah,
Kind of panning out in a similar way, like the book.
I learn. I try to learn a lot from him. So yeah, I as I said, I do consider him my guru. So.
And with it, now that you've qualified to the candidates, how do you see your life changing in the next few months? It's 6 months away, and also overall, how do you see the next few months panning out?
One good thing is that I have a lot of tournaments coming up, so I was just thinking in flight that's when I had some time without internet and no disturbances. I was thinking, oh, what tournament should I play in? How to manage it. I have not really given it a concrete. It's been 2 days, so but it's there in the back of my mind. The 6 months. I have couple of events in December, then probably in January. I'll also have to think how to do the training session. So the one clear thing which has changed is like there's a clear goal now that okay, candidates and you have to win it and okay, so on. So you align all your actions accordingly.
Do you feel like now becoming a world champion is not too far away? Like earlier, we would all talk about it, but there was a concretely you had to first qualify to the candidates. That was, I think, a very tough part. But now it's like win the candidates and you get a match.
Yeah, it's still far, but closer than what it was, because winning candidates is no easy task. But at least I have a shot at it, and of course I'm going to give everything I have for that.
And do you think Magnus not being part of the cycle right now?
We don't know. Magnus can change any moment.
Oh yes,
we don't
that
know.
is true.
So Magnus is, I don't know if he'll play or not. He can even play, who knows?
Oh, that's true, because if the candidates lineup is interesting for him, he finds that okay, there are new players, new faces, now Prag is there, maybe Hikaru is there, are there.
If I knew how Magnus's mind worked, I would have already figured many things out. But I don't know how he takes these decisions, and so anything can happen with him.
True. Yeah, we don't know. That's a very important thing. But Ding is the world champion, and you both share the same birth date.
It will be epic.
It will be such an amazing matchup if that happens. But of course, it's a candidates stands in between.
Yeah, it's a big stepping stone.
Yes, and it'll happen in Canada in April, and so we are all looking forward to it. So Vidit, parents, family, trainers, but one aspect which is very critical is the financial support.
Yeah.
And you had good sponsors who have come forth and supported you.
Yes, I'm very lucky that way, that there were people who believed in me and my vision, and without their help it would be very difficult to arrange all the training sessions. So I'm very grateful. For example, Persistent Systems, they have been supporting me for the past 2 years, and I was able to build a training team accordingly. Ambit, they are the new sponsors. They have now, of course, in the onward journey, they are going to be a big support, especially now when the candidates training, I'll start looking. ONGC, they have been 2008 I think was the first time I got scholarship from them, and since then they have been supporting many others like Black Lotus, the meditation app which I use, everybody knows about it. Then Lakshya, Bharat Forge, they helped me when I was struggling to become a grandmaster, 2013, that was the time. And the main thing is, there were many moments where I had a downfall, or the performance stagnated, and even despite that, to keep supporting is a big thing. Because they have other opportunities where there are more upcoming players, but they still believed in that. So I'm very grateful to them, and I, again, as I said to everyone, finally something for them also to feel good about.
You made a lot of people happy.
Yeah, Immortal Game as well, they came on board last year. So many people like this who believed in me, so I'm very grateful.
To end this, there was this running joke that we had during the streaming thing, that was GF reveal. How is that? Are you right now in a relationship? How do you balance your personal and professional life in that sense?
No, I'm not in a relationship. So, to give a very short answer, and there is no way to balance both professional and personal life, according to me, yet. I have not figured that out, to have it both balanced. So I'm still learning.
You think it's impossible to do?
No, there must be the people who have done it. But everything you do comes at a cost. I have not figured that out, how to have that balance of personal and professional life yet. Something which is so delicate that you have to, it's possible, I would say, but then you need to be very good at switching on and switching off. Like, okay, now you're in work mode, then you are back in this personal mode, and when you're there, you're present completely in both the things. And for example, there are people who have managed it, so I don't think it's impossible.
And with it, there are so many of your fans who have supported you through the thick ups and downs. They have been by your side. What would you tell them after this success?
Thanks for believing, because they had many occasions to like say that गलती हो गई यार किसी गलत को ही support कर रहे थे. So they had many occasions to do that, and they were very emotionally invested, many of them, and they also felt the pain which I felt when things did not go. So thanks for being there, always believing in it, and I'm glad that I could give them something to finally cheer for. Hopefully one of many.
Vidit, what do you think are the chances of any other Indian making it to the candidates? Right now we already have two, you and Pragnananda in the open candidates. Who else do you think?
I think Arjun was playing really well. He came very close, but I don't see how he can make it because there is only rating spot left and the FIDE circuit, and Kukesh is ahead than Arjun. So the best chance if anybody has from Indians is Gukesh, but mathematically I don't know the odds, but it looked like Anish is very well set. He has a lot of things working out well for him. He has also some tournaments lined up, and one good performance, one more good performance, and then he would seal it. So it's tough, but if anybody has a chance, it's Gukesh right now.
There was one very nice comment which I had read, which said, I always defend Vidit when he doesn't play well and when there are trolls. Today that he has won, I will not comment because he has done it well and now I can be at peace. I don't have to do.
It's a closure now.
Well, Vidit, thank you for your time and
thank you, Sagar. And also I would say that thanks for being in Isle of Man, because many of these moments which we had during dinner, it helped me be in like such positive mindset for the games, and I learn a lot from you. Because you are also very philosophical and we have these nice discussions, and in general it helps to go in a positive energy to the game. So thanks for being there, and get your Canadian visa.
Please take me along with you as your, I don't know.
Yeah, we should figure that out soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, Sagar.
See you.
Awesome. Done. अभी स्पाइक कट में बोलते हैं कि नहीं?